In the last episode, Europeans arrived in Japan when Portuguese traders made landfall in Kyushu in 1543, bringing with them new weapons and Christianity. In time, an influx of new matchlock firearms would spread throughout the country as the many clans continued to fight over regional power. Now, we return to the war front as chaos and turmoil continue to grip the provinces of the East. By the year 1540, 3 years prior to the arrival of the Portuguese, a major development would occur within the Takeda clan of Kai province. Previously, in episode 8, we had seen how the Takeda clan, under the warmongering daimyo Takeda Nobutora, had entered into an alliance by marriage with the Imagawa clan to the south in Suruga province. This would allow Nobutora to continue invading neighboring provinces, entering into arduous campaigns that often yielded very little ground. These campaigns also put great strain on the common people who lived under Takeda rule, as they often were subject to increased taxes and forced labor in order to sustain Nobutora's many campaigns. It is here that his son, Takeda Harunobu, later known as Shingen, would begin making a name for himself, showcasing his brilliant strategic mind and valor, particularly in the siege of Unokuchi in 1536. However, even with Harunobu's military achievements, he was often scorned and neglected by his father Nobutora. It is known that Nobutora much preferred his second son, Nobushige, and even intended Nobushige to inherit leadership of the clan rather than Harunobu, although that was not meant to be. Nobutora's incessant warring was a threat to all the lords of East Central Honshu, putting great tension and strain over the clan and its political relations. In the past, a coalition of clans throughout Shinano province had united in attempts to destroy the Takeda clan. Thus, fear among many Takeda retainers arose for the clan's future and survival should a greater coalition arise to put an end to the clan and to Nobutora's warmongering ways. What transpired in 1540 is often under much debate to historians, as suddenly Harunobu would rebel against his father. Conflicting accounts put the actual events of the rebellion under vastly different circumstances. However, looking at what remains the same between both accounts can give us a clearer depiction of why the rebellion occurred. To start off, many of Nobutora's top generals and commanders actually viewed Harunobu as a gifted and heroic leader, following his actions at Unokuchi. Thus, many of these samurai found it easy to betray Nobutora in favor of Harunobu. However, it is unknown whether it was Harunobu's initial intention to rebel, or rather if he was persuaded to by many of the top-ranking Takeda retainers. It can be assumed, though, that due to rumors surrounding Nobutora's plan to make Nobushige the next head of the Takeda clan, Harunobu may have most likely jumped at the opportunity to take power before that came to pass. Lastly, it is also widely suspected in both accounts that Imagawa Yoshimoto may have had a hand to play in the removal of Nobutora. Remember that both clans were allies, yet Nobutora's aggressive behavior put much strain on their relationship, making it plausible that Yoshimoto would seek to no longer worry about his belligerent father-in-law. Whatever the case being, it is known that Harunobu's rebellion was largely a bloodless one, as Nobutora angrily accepted his removal from power and went into exile in the Imagawa province of Suruga. Interestingly enough, Harunobu's younger brother Nobushige would be largely uninvolved in the rebellion, and in time would come to be a trusted commander under Harunobu. Now, with Harunobu in charge of the Takeda clan, he began shifting his efforts to a more coordinated and well thought out invasion of Shinano province. It would be roughly 10 more years before Harunobu would adopt his more famous name, Shingen. However, into the mid-1540s, as Harunobu was now steadily making his way into Shinano, another struggle would arise back in the Kanto region. After the death of Hojo Ujitsuna in 1541, Uesugi Tomosara, daimyo of the ailing Ogegetsu branch of the Uesugi clan, attempted to regain lost territory from the mighty Hojo clan. His first endeavor was at Edo, where he failed to retake the important castle on the Kanto plain. Yet, in 1545 he would try his luck again, this time at Kawagoe in central Musashi province. Out of great desperation to strike a great blow against the growing power of the Hojo, Tomosara would be joined by forces under the Yamanochi branch of the Uesugi, and also the remaining Koga Ashikaga under Ashikaga Haruuji. Their combined army totaled to roughly 85,000 strong, vastly outnumbering the 3,000 defenders of Kawagoe Castle under the command of Hojo Tsunenari. Yet, Tsunenari held firm in the face of overwhelming enemies, awaiting reinforcements to arrive to break the siege. As the attackers settled in for what they expected would be a short-lived resistance by Tsunenari, they would never expect what was to come. Hojo Ujiyasu, the new daimyo of the Hojo clan, marched out from Odawara with an army numbering around 8,000, not nearly enough to defeat the Uesugi Ashikaga army in the open field, but enough to enact a master plan. Arriving at Kawagoe, Ujiyasu managed to sneak a messenger inside of the fortress to reveal his strategy to Tsunenari. Both Ujiyasu's forces and the garrison at Kawagoe would launch a night attack upon the unsuspecting Uesugi Ashikaga army. However, in order to guarantee success, Ujiyasu ordered his soldiers to not wear armor so that their mobility could be more swift. And most importantly, there was to be no taking of enemy heads. Without the taking of heads, there would be no gaining of honor or renown among the Hojo ranks. But it also ensured a more aggressive and rapid attack. Remarkably, the Hojo soldiers would display their immense loyalty to their lord and agree to take no enemy heads. Ujiyasu's scheme would pay off, as when both forces stormed the Uesugi Ashikaga positions, they were caught completely off guard, and due to the intense mobility of the Hojo army, they were able to easily break and rout their disoriented foe. The crushing defeat of the Uesugi would spell doom for both branches of the clan, with the Ogegetsu simply being wiped out completely. Hojo control over Kanto was now essentially confirmed. Infighting and rebellion began to break out in the remaining Uesugi families, which already were suffering from weak stability. Often the Nagao clan would be called forth by the Uesugi to aid in putting down revolts and unrest. Thus, the Uesugi were able to endure for some time. Up until 1543, the Nagao clan had been ruled by the headstrong Nagao Tamekage. However, he would meet his end fighting against an army of Iko-Iki radicals in Kaga province, placing the Nagao clan in the hands of his eldest son, Harukage. Unfortunately, Harukage would often fall ill and showed little aptitude for leadership. His feeble position atop the clan would in time bring its survival into question. After the Hojo victory at Kawagoe in 1545 that led to the destruction of the Ogegetsu Uesugi, unrest within the Uesugi clan was seen higher than ever before. As stated previously, this caused the Nagao clan to become heavily involved in fighting against rebels, leading to one samurai becoming renowned for his talent on the battlefield. This was Harukage's younger brother, Nagao Kagetora, who in his late teenage years was commanding armies in defense of the shattering Uesugi clan. Other top Nagao clan commanders and retainers agreed that if the Nagao clan was to maintain its position of strength, Harukage needed to be replaced by Kagetora. Thus, Harukage would be confronted by these higher-ranking samurai, who each pleaded with him to step down in exchange for his brother's ascension to lordship of the clan. Initially, Harukage would dismiss them, yet eventually he would reluctantly agree. And by 1547, Kagetora had secured control of the Nagao clan. Several years later, in 1551, Uesugi Norimasa, daimyo of the fragile Yamanochi Uesugi, would suffer yet another defeat from Hojo Ujiyasu. This would force him to flee north to seek refuge with the now much stronger Nagao clan at their stronghold in Kasagayama. It is here that Kagetora would unleash a political masterstroke. Knowing full well that the Uesugi clan could not survive under their current condition, Kagetora convinced Norimasa to name him the Lord of Echigo, Kanrei of Kanto, even though the Uesugi no longer had full control over Kanto, and to adopt him into the Uesugi family, making Kagetora the immediate heir to the Uesugi clan. Seeing no other choice, Norimasa accepted. Thus, Nagao Kagetora became Uesugi Kagetora. In time, Uesugi Kagetora would increase his status as a religious man and eventually change his name to Uesugi Kenshin, the legendary samurai commander who would one day come to rule the Uesugi clan and clash with his greatest rival, Takeda Shingen. So, what can we learn? In 1540, the aggressive Takeda Nobutora would be ousted by his son, Harunobu, who would more effectively lead the clan in their future endeavors. 5 years later, in 1545, after the death of Hojo Ujitsuna, the Ogegeyatsu and Yamanochi branches of the Uesugi clan would join together with the remaining Koga Ashikaga to launch an attack on the Hojo-controlled Kawagoe castle in central Musashi province. However, a successful night attack by Hojo Ujiyasu would see to an unlikely Hojo victory, along with the destruction of the Ogegeyatsu Uesugi clan along with the Koga Ashikaga, cementing Hojo dominance over the Kanto region. This would leave the Uesugi family on the brink of collapse, and eventually, by 1551, forced to seek refuge with the Nagao clan, who were now growing stronger after Nagao Kagetora had assumed leadership. Kagetora would convince the Uesugi daimyo Norimasa to name him his heir, and give him control over Echigo, along with the title of Kanrei over Kanto. In time, Kagetora would become the famed Uesugi Kenshin. In the next video, things will spiral out of control in the west, as Sue Harukata will rebel against his Ochi master, leading to his climactic battle against the Mori clan at Miyajima. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you enjoyed this video and found it to be most informative.